Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4 with the brand new Shelby GT500 Mustang. This is an absolute beast and one of the newest cars in Forza, not just in terms of recently added, but in terms of, the year. And it's pretty well known to be a bit of a monster, especially for the sub $80,000 price tag, which is absurd for such a powerful vehicle. Which got me thinking, could this muscle car, sports car let's be honest, punch well above its weight and rival some of the retro supercars of the era? Basically cars that it matches PI with, like the Carrera GT, or the Maserati MC12, stuff like that. Could it really punch above its weight against some of those? Our first event is this relatively flowing circuit in Lego Island. I think this is going to be pretty easy. There's a lot of mid-range corners, not too many big braking zones, which I am slightly afraid of given the massive curb weight. Or the MC12 can just, brake check me. Go up the inside of the Ascari, yes, thank you. This thing is absurd. I don't know how it's actually handling relatively well. I mean, it has understeer, a lot of understeer, but that's because of the weight, which I'm amazed that it can handle that well, considering it weighs over 2,000 tons. This is heavier than my sedan, and it's doing this. That shouldn't be possible. That shouldn't be possible at all, in fact. And yet it is. Well, that's not turning, though. Yeah, I mean, problems. Understeer. Chronic understeer. Interestingly, though, no problem with traction. I mean, I know it looks like it's spinning the wheels up, but it's not too bad. I was a little bit of locking up with the brakes and turning the corner in an inopportune time to try and get up the inside of the Carrera. I'm going to give that place back because I was thinking I'd carry a lot more speed and I ended up using him as a brake. Don't think that's really fair. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to the handling of this, because it has so much turn and it has so much traction on the rear. And then you're carrying a lot of speed into a corner and you probably shouldn't be, because it's just not going to turn. It's just going to have the weight drag it out wide. It doesn't feel like it's dragging out wide, but it is. And that's no good. But yeah, you can see there, that's pretty aggressive with the throttle, and it's not exactly like I'm struggling for control. So yeah, if I'm a complete idiot, I can slide about like that, but it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. That's a deceptively tricky corner. Yeah, I don't know why this vehicle is 600 pounds heavier than the GT350. Which, because this uses more carbon fiber than the 350, I guess it would be the engine. It might not be. Oh, for God! Stop understeering, you pig! I'm getting caught out by the understeer. I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's a track car. Look at the turn-in, it's fantastic. And then it doesn't follow through with the turn-in. That's what I'm doing here, and it is a very flowing track, so it's not ideal for this vehicle. But anyway. I think the weight comes from the engine. I think it's cast iron, if I recall. Full-on Dodge approach. And also, it might need some reinforcing of the chassis because of the, massive horsepower going through here. It is the most powerful Mustang ever made by Ford Motor. Not the absolute most powerful. That one is coming to Forza a few weeks from now. So, there is that, but it's still pretty damn powerful, and the brakes are phenomenal. Look at that. That's a bit of a dive bomb, but the fact that we were able to not completely crash me or the other vehicle off, and still get it stopped for the corner is nothing short of a miracle of engineering. I mean, I know it has massive brakes. I saw the, I guess you say teaser image of it. The brakes, they're massive. Which is good, again, because of the weight for the reinforcements and the engine. Whether or not that adds up to, 4,100 pounds or not, I don't know. But what this car can do with that weight is amazing. I'm doing a terrible job of driving. I'm not paying a damn bit of attention to what I'm doing. I should probably be doing that, because this is just awful driving, and I do sincerely apologize for this lambastic approach. All I need is to go aim at some crowds, and I'll be fulfilling the Mustang's sad legacy. God damn it. We go for a dive up the Carrera. There we go. Stick the nose at the inside. Don't run it wide. And then we have an extra 150 horsepower on the sucker. And we are gone. Thank you. Have a nice day. Yep, there's that turn-in problem. Yep. I have so much turn-in. It's because of the racing tires and everything. And it's lovely and it's great. And then you get to the corner and it doesn't follow through. You see how it's turning and not happening, not happening, not happening. There we go. We will get up the inside of the MC12. This is the last lap. We're not going to catch the front pack because I've been a massive buffoon. But I think you can see the Shelby's capabilities despite my horrific driving style, which mainly serves to appease the internet cliches. This thing is incredibly capable. Once you understand the understeer, and once you can adjust for it accordingly, just about, it's an incredible machine, and I can imagine you can set some seriously fast laps in this vehicle. Yeah, I mean, that's full throttle out of there. If you did full throttle in most 760 horsepower cars, you would spin the wheels until 5th gear. Turn! God. But with this thing, there's just grip. Except when you're trying to go around a flat-out corner. Then there's not grip. Then there is weight. Yeah. Even with my atrocious driving, fastest lap, only by a 10th though. But I know that I hope we can do better anyway. Well, high-speed corners were bad, so what if we just go to straight-up high speeds? Falconhead Circuit, part oval track, so it's a roval. Yeah, it's a roval. We'll see how it goes. This is likely to be very, very fast. We're going to be on the outside of the Ascari, or it can run into us and put us in the wall. That's also a viable technique. I mean, it is Russian, so I guess it makes sense that they would cheat. We're just going to sneak up the inside. Brilliant overtake. We're going to force that wide. That's what you get, Porsche. That was a very good corner. We can't quite go on the inside there. A little bit of throttle management just to keep the back end completely in check. And we are good. I'll say again, this thing is insane. Also, I like the supercharger. The supercharger means that, well held for the Maserati there. I mean, I know it's an MC12, which is basically just an Enzo to rebody it with a different body on it. But that was very impressive defending right there, I will say. It doesn't have the acceleration, but well played. Yeah. The nice thing about this supercharger is that unlike a turbo, it doesn't have to spool up, so while it costs a lot of horsepower to run the supercharger, it means I still have immediate throttle response, which is phenomenal. Don't quite go up the inside of the ACR here. We're sort of stuck behind them. Can I go up the inside? No. I mean, you're trying to go up the inside of an ACR Viper. The only thing better than a Shelby Mustang is an ACR Viper, I would argue. Because the ACRs are insanely grippy vehicles, but I need to sort of sneak up the inside, and as great as that V10 is, he has no answer for the sheer supercharged Shelby. A little bit of understeer. He did briefly get up behind us on the inside, because I ran wide, but he does not have the power. I think that has 550 horsepower, so this has over 200 horsepower more. it's just so unfair how this vehicle can decimate all comers. Because it weighs a lot. And it's not great through the high-speed corners like this one. Or this one. However, it's good enough to keep up with these vehicles just about. And then when you get to a straightaway, it has 200 more horsepower. And it just blitzes everything. And the traction is so good and so immediate. And the power delivery, thanks to that supercharger, is so silky smooth. It's actually kind of incredible. Right. 2 laps to go for vehicles. We're making a nice little breakaway. Never mind, 3 vehicles. That's a Daytona crash I've ever seen one. Luckily, Daytona got delayed, so... Well, I say luckily. Not that I can record this video, at least. But hopefully it'll show up tomorrow? At least when I'm filming this will be tomorrow. Can I sneak up the inside? No, I'm too far back. It's best tucking in the line. There we go. You can just feel the back end slightly wiggling out, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna dive up the inside. Again, use those massive brakes to our advantage. He is not alongside, but I thought he was, so I took a little bit of a wonky line just to give him some room. Turns out didn't need to, but okay. And now we just have Le Porsche. Le Porsche, Le Porsche, Le Porsche. Come on, baby. We're keeping, actually, he's keeping distance. That's quite impressive, actually. Because to be fair, he has 605 horsepower, so I think he is the second most powerful vehicle here, not including the Shelby. But we're just going to sneak it up the inside of the chicane. Got a brilliant run through there. We're going to go too wide, and I will say thank you very much for the position. You can see, that's a Carrera GT. The Carrera GT is not a turn. Luckily, the Carrera was busy getting overtaken by a Viper, so we didn't have to worry about getting overtaken when the Shelby ran wide. But regardless, Jesus Christ, that is a quick car. Yeah. It's such a weird feeling because you have so much grip and it's such a heavy car, and you're like, this is not how Isaac Newton wrote the laws of physics. But there we go. And for our penultimate race, we are at a very unhappy circuit for this vehicle. A slightly damp Falcon Speedway. It has one straightaway, this one, and everything is either medium speed or low speed corners. There's like 1 or 2 high speeds, which means we're not going to have any traction, and we're not going to have any mid-corner turn-in. So, there's that. I'm stuck behind a Ferrari, though. But we can just go up the inside. Thank you very much. Try to pit maneuver us. I saw that. Can we sneak it up here? Yes, we can. Thank you. That's a brilliant start. Oh, that's actually... Okay, I didn't expect that. Well played. Too bad for you. I'm just going to go up the inside here, but valiant attempt. A little bit of oversteer. A lot of oversteer. Don't know what's going on there. It seems glued to the road everywhere except that corner. It wasn't too bad. Maybe I was just using too much throttle. We'll have to see. Because it didn't seem too bad. I mean, I know it's a bit damp, but it didn't seem too bad around the rest of the circuit. And then that corner, that section, it just spun his wheels like a maniac. Very peculiar. Sneak up. I just reared the back on Aston. A very expensive Aston. There's someone up my inside. God damn it. I mean, I'm not expecting that as an overtaking spot. So I'm not defending for it, and I really should be. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but this section right here, ugh. It's just oversteer central. I mean, on the rest of the circuit, this thing is gorilla glued to the road. And then everywhere else, it's on that specific section, it's just not, I'm not gonna have any traction to go around the outside. Can it hold it? Can it hold it? Can it hold it? Can it hold it? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Look at that. That is just ridiculous. Like I said, gorilla glued to the road everywhere except the up-and-coming section. Don't know why, but it is. That's better. Keep it in third. We still have the torque from that supercharger. But we aren't spinning our wheels up like mad. That is good. Ooh, I actually have to get oversteer on that one, because I was gonna miss the checkpoint, otherwise I'm all over the road. Yeah, I actually had to initiate oversteer on that one. I was hoping it'd be a little cleaner, not gonna lie. We're 3 wide and I'm stuck on there. We need to defend against 1. We have to go around the outside again. Look, I mean, that's just ridiculous. But I don't know, it seems like some corners are definitely happier than others. We might finally be able to take this corner normally. Yes, we can. Thank you very much. And we just sneak up the inside. Nope. That's called crash. We can get a better exit, though. Ah, I know why. Because I'm taking too shallow of a line. I need to be going for a wider entrance and sort of duck in on the exit. I think that's a better line than I'm taking there. We'll have to try that out. Because that shallow line that I took there means that I have to turn in more, which means more opportunity for the back end to let loose, shall we say. We are a fair bit away from the leader, which looks like a Ferrari, maybe? I don't know, maybe an Aston. No, it's an Ascari. Ignore me. My, 50-meter away car spotting is atrocious. There we go, that's a bit better. That's a bit better traction. Now, cut in. Yes. We actually use the oversteer a little bit there to sort of four-wheel drift our way around the corner. Okay, can we catch the Ascari? That's the big million-dollar question here. Can we catch the Ascari? I don't know, it's pretty far. We got less than a lap to go. Don't use all the throttle, don't use all the throttle. Now use all the throttle. We don't want to get oversteer, we want to get understeer as well. And we chuck it in. Can we just go around the outside? We have to try it. Oh, we can't quite do it. No! This is gonna be close. Come on, no. No. Alright, power, please. Please, horsepower. Please. Please, horsepower! No! Ah! Damn it. I tried, and it wasn't enough. 5/100ths of a second separated us. I was closing, and it just wasn't enough. Damn. Great race, though. Absolutely fantastic race. But there is one more event that I have in mind. And that final event is a nice and simple quarter-mile drag race. I know, it's a track car. It just lapped the circuit faster than a Porsche Carrera GT. But this is also a 760 horsepower, basically drag car, let's be honest. However, it might not win, for the simple reason of traction and race tires. They're not great for this. But we shall see. Most power tends to help. We have a relatively even launch. Now the pole. Come on. The Ferrari's giving us a pretty good shout, but It's not gonna be enough! Ho 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 ho. That's close, that's yeah, it's not quite a quarter mile. Let's just try that again just to make sure we're consistent, because I just slightly weave into the Ferrari's lane, but I was trying to get a visual of it, because that's closer than I thought. It's really between the Ferrari and me. Not a great launch. Just keep shifting. Yeah, the Ferrari keeps earnest. Yeah, I'm very impressed by that. There's a Ferrari on the far right that actually gets very close to us. The Ascaris, though, really impressed me. Because those are the least powerful vehicles by far, and they got a pretty darn good launch. But it would be the Shelby relatively comfortable victory relative to dragster terms, because drag race can be decided by a few thousandths of a second. This is separated by 700ths, so not too bad. It is between me and the Ferrari, most definitely. But there we go. The Shelby is an incredible feat of engineering, and the fact that it can put up a fight to these admittedly older vehicles, but still, you know, proper hypercars of their era, with such a heavy curb weight and rear-wheel drive is downright an engineering marvel. But that will be it for this episode of Forza Horizon 4. I'll be back with more